coming from the world headquarters of community newspapers, C News TV, and always appreciative of us being able to use this platform to get the word out about the Greater Kendall Business Association. When was the last time you tried to hire somebody? Was it easy? I bet it was kind of difficult. So today with us, we have Odalis Hirao, better known to us as Odie, from Right Hire Staffing Solutions.
Hi.
How are you, Odie?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I've only been after you for how long to be on the show?
A long time.
But you're busy. What can
I
we do?
I hear you.
What
But
can
we
we
finally
do?
made it happen, so thank you. I appreciate it.
So I always start the show because I say people do business with people, not with businesses.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about your background, where you grew up, where you went to school, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, are you ready? Are you sitting down? I have a long one. No. I actually was born here in Miami
Okay.
Beach, Mount Sinai, and then I was raised in Key West.
Wow.
Was Key West High School.
Wow.
Not going to say what class because then I'll give away my age.
No, of course not. Of course
We'll
not.
keep it quiet. And I actually, when I graduated, came back to Miami, studied at FIU.
Okay.
Did my degree in accounting.
Okay.
So I received my bachelor's in accounting, lived in the dorms. Best years of my life. Danced for FIU as well.
So being in Miami, you still lived in the dorms?
I did.
So you had the
I
real
did.
college life?
I sure did. Even
That's
though
great.
it's not a college town, but
Right.
it was, we made
Sure.
it happen and it worked. And I had about 4 jobs when I was in college. I did a lot of side stuff.
Good for you.
And then I started working for a staffing company, a small staffing company in Doral.
Okay.
This was in 1997. 1993. And then while I was in school. And then when I graduated, I went back and started working for her full time. And I started falling in love with the staffing industry and the fact that we were putting people to work.
Yeah.
And helping a lot of people. I mean, people were grateful. We had big projects that we would do. So then I felt like, a reward, like a sense of reward to find people employment. And I kind of stuck with it. But at the same time, I applied my accounting degree to running the business.
Okay.
And doing the operations, doing the accounting, doing the books, invoicing, collections. So I kind of still stuck with that, but I was doing it all. And then the biggest part, which I enjoy the most, is the business development part.
Okay.
Like the networking. I mean, I'm sure you see me everywhere. So I do a lot of networking. I do a lot of, events, luncheons, breakfasts. And I enjoy that part as well because I get to meet people.
Sure.
So after I left that company, I was there 16 years. I went to Right Hire with a business partner of someone I met during my years at that previous company.
Okay.
And we kind of started the Right Hire thing. And we've been going strong for 20 years now.
Good for you.
Yeah. Very exciting.
What motivated you to take that jump from employee to now business owner?
Well, it was just the freedom.
Okay.
And the ability I am a leader, not a follower. So I like to command and I like to be,
You like to be the boss.
I do. And I was like, I don't like people telling me what to do. I'd rather just do it myself. And I flourish with that. So I basically was like, you know what? It's time to, take the leap and do things to give me not only work-life balance, which I love because I love to travel.
Okay.
And I just want the flexibility and I want the ability to go out, bring in business and just, be my own boss and have autonomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said something that was really interesting to me was the whole satisfaction, emotion of placing somebody.
Yeah.
What is that feeling like?
It's amazing, especially when it's somebody that comes to you that is like, I just need to put food on the table for my family.
Wow.
I need to, put clothes on their backs, a roof over their head, and I come from nothing, and we're like, oh my God, like we got to find that person a job. And then we end up putting them, let's say, because we also do light industrial positions. Mm-hmm. So let's say it was a warehouse person.
Okay.
We put them there, and then we talk to the client 5 years later, and they're like, your employee's still with us, and he's been our best employee ever. I'm like, oh my God. And then that employee, all those years will come to us, bring us flowers, bring us gifts of being so appreciative that we were able to help them, So things like that, even my staff is like, oh my God, so-and-so brought us candy, so-and-so brought us cookies because they're so happy that we got them a job. So
Yeah.
it's rewarding, very rewarding.
How important, me being a marketing guy, I have to ask this, how important are referrals in your business from these people that you place? Do you get a lot of people saying, hey, Right Hire placed me, great job, I've been there 5 years?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. People will send their wives, people will send their husbands, family members, people that just relocated here. We get a lot of relocates from Texas, from up
Really?
north. Yeah. And then they come here and they're like, I need a job. So-and-so sent me here. So we get a lot of that. We get a lot of referrals from people that we've placed. And they're like, so-and-so said that you did really good in giving him a really good job. Yeah.
What is the spectrum of the types of jobs? Because you mentioned a warehouse person, light industrial, like you said. What's the spectrum of everything you do as far as placing people?
We always say that we can do anything from the mailroom to the boardroom.
Wow.
And everything in between. So we do a lot. Our specialization is administrative positions, but it's more white collar and anything found in an office environment.
Okay.
So we can even do an inside sales rep, a data entry, customer service, admin, receptionist, inventory, anything. And then we do blue collar as well, because a lot of our companies in the past have demanded we want a one-stop shop. So if you can service our offices, we have a warehouse we would love for you to service as well. So we became kind of like that one-stop full-service staffing service.
Almost like an in-house HR department,
Yes,
sort of.
exactly.
Is that the goal?
Yeah, we always call it we're an extension to their human resources
Okay.
department. And sometimes in the past, temporary was very big.
Yes.
Temp jobs, that kind of has diminished a little bit more now, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
But now it's more, back then it was a lot of temporary, so we would fill temporary projects. We used to have like a company that would do Nintendo, bring Nintendo from Japan and take it deliver to South America.
Okay.
But it would stop here and they would have to slap the different language labels on them, but we would need 20 people. So we would do that on a temp basis. But all that has kind of gone away. We're doing more direct hires now and more temp to perm.
How do you find people? Do people send resumes to you? Do you
Yeah.
do stuff online? How does that work?
So we have a website. We have obviously presence where I know a lot of people and I get a lot of emails like referred to me as far as resumes. But we also post on all the social media outlets. We have, all the type of recruiting softwares to be
Okay.
able to attract people. We have search engines to find people, like an applicant tracking system. So we're able to find what we're looking for. So if a client says, I need this, and that, that's what we look for. We don't have them in a database any longer, like it used to be. Like long gone are the days that we had a database with 50 people in it. Like,
Right.
okay, you need this, I have it. They'll be there tomorrow. Like now we have to search for the people because those people are getting jobs right away, so they're not standing by.
Right.
Like we used to.
You mentioned data entry, and that's something that maybe AI is kind of taking the place of that.
Yep.
What other jobs have you seen that AI may be where you used to staff a lot and
Right.
now not so
Well,
much?
I can tell you in robotics in a warehouse.
Okay.
Where they're shipping and receiving distribution centers, they've let go of our people because they brought in robots.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's crazy. And we, let's say, had maybe 20 people there,
Yeah.
and they were all displaced.
Yeah. Incredible, because they say AI is the future, but it's here
But
already.
it's scary. It's here already, and
Yeah,
it's
and it is
scary.
scary. It is
Right.
scary. It can be.
Who knows what they're taking over, and then they're going to be out of a job tomorrow.
So walk me through the process of how it all works. Do employers come to you and what do they ask for? And
Right. So because I'm so involved in the community, I do get a lot of referrals. I know a lot of people. So whenever they think of staffing, they're like, call Odie.
okay.
So I'll get a call or a text, because a lot of them have my cell number, and they'll be like, hey, I need a receptionist, or hey, my admin just quit on me, I need somebody. So that process is they'll either send me a full job description, or I'll ask all the questions that I
Right.
need to know. I share it with my staff, which are recruiters, and they will follow up with questions. We obviously will send a staffing agreement, secure the order, and then we'll start posting ads, start looking for the person. Once we get that person identified, we bring them in to our office, and we're in Doral, and we will do a full behavioral interview. We do testing based on what the client is asking for.
Okay.
We check references. We verify previous employment references. We do background checks.
Oh, also.
We do like an 8-point background check. We do, if the client asks for drug tests, we also do that. It's optional in that part. And, we will qualify them and vet them. But if I don't feel they're right for the client, because we even have a culture fit analysis that we want to make sure it's a proper fit, we will either decide, obviously, to move forward or not. If we move forward, then we present the client with a full resume with a full candidate profile based on what the client was asking for.
Mm-hmm.
So if the client says, I need Word, Excel, MS Office, Outlook, I need QuickBooks, we'll say, technical proficiency, Microsoft Office, Outlook.
And you test them on that?
Yeah, we do testing.
Okay.
We also do grammar testing. So we'll do spelling, we do alphanumeric, just for the basic skills. Because sometimes you say common sense is not so common.
Right.
So we test them on that, and that tells us everything. We even do a typing test to tell us, hey, do you type or not? And that shows me if you work on a computer often. So it's like little, tricks of the trade.
So it's a pretty rigorous screening.
It is. Actually, they're in our office. I
wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. They're in our office minimum, depending how fast they take to fill out the application, an hour minimum.
Okay.
And we always say, make sure you set aside an hour to be in our office, because it does take, the application is like 7 pages,
You've been in the business for a long time. Have you ever, say, person passes with flying colors? Do you ever say, you know what? I still don't. I feel something's off. Does that happen?
All the time.
Oh,
and
really?
I have to admit, I am such a good judge of character.
Okay.
I can see it all. And I tell the girls, because obviously they have less years.
Right. It comes with experience.
Yeah. And I've been doing this so long, and I tell them, I've been doing this so long, I'm telling you, something's off with that person. And we could easily do a background check and we find it. And we're like,
Okay.
oh my God, he had convictions or he had something for like serious cases. And we're like, oh, okay, I knew something was off,
Yeah.
But it's, we do our due diligence because we want to make sure we don't send that to our clients.
Right.
Yeah. So.
This is, now you mentioned the background check, and now medical marijuana is legal. So how do you deal with that? What if somebody says, no, but I tested positive, but I have my my card or whatever?
Our clients, especially on the light industrial side, they do not accept it because they don't want them on a
At all.
forklift.
Right.
Remember, they're driving a forklift. They're doing a lot of stuff that could injure or kill someone. So our clients do not allow it.
Okay.
So our drug testing is 10 panel urinalysis, and it does cover that. And if they have anything or something comes up, we can't send them to a warehouse environment.
What about admins in the admin space? Have you ever run into that?
I haven't.
Okay.
Actually, I haven't. But to be honest, there's been people that come in and smell like it.
That's
during
pretty
the
bad.
interview.
When you come to an interview smelling like.
Yes, it's happened. I've seen it all. And we're like, I don't know if we're going to, because we can pick and choose who we're going to send and who we're not.
Right.
We don't have to place everybody that walks through our door. I always tell that. I tell my girls, we do not have to place everybody that walks to our door. We have to be exclusive and picky to what we want to send our clients, because we're representing that person and that person's representing us. So we're only as good as our placement.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're like, let's pick and choose and let's be extra picky.
Yeah. How are you obviously there are a lot of staffing companies out there. There's some huge ones. How is Right Hire different?
Well, we're local.
Okay.
We're minority owned.
Okay.
Women business. We are a boutique one-stop shop. You're going to get a human answering the phone every time. You do not get an automated service.
Okay.
I've gotten people call me saying, oh my God, finally a human has answered, because everywhere I've called has been automated, a service system, whatever. And you'll get personalized attention, You'll be able to text me if you
Right.
need something. It's that relationship building. And a lot of people come to me because they know me, And
Yeah.
like you said, you buy from who you like.
Right.
And, you get that with us. Where you call a national, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you hear that a lot. You hear that a lot, that they don't even know people's names, really. They just
Yeah.
look at a file and it is whoever.
Yeah, no. It's important. It's important.
What, in your estimation, have you seen mistakes that employers make when they try to hire directly? What are some of the things that you've seen that, they really blew it with
Right.
this one?
First of all, they rush through the process because they don't have time So they're
Okay.
working on other things, right? So let's say a company doesn't have an HR person internally. That person is trying to run the business, but yet now they're looking for an employee. What is that process? You got to post the job. You got to start interviewing or phone screening. You got to bring them in. If you phone screen 3 people, 1 may show up when you actually
that how it
schedule them.
is?
Oh my God, the odds are terrible. You can call, and you'll get 1 showing up after speaking to 10.
Has that changed over time? Did it used
It's
to be?
gotten worse. It's gotten worse.
It has gotten worse.
And the biggest challenge lately, which we're stepping away from that, thank God, as the community, is the remote.
I knew you were going to tell me that.
I knew it.
I knew you were going to say that.
The remote. I mean, I hear my girls on the phone, and we're talking to people, and they're like, "Is it remote?" No, it's full in-house.
That's like the first question?
No, I only want remote. Click, and we're like, okay, that's going away. You know, a lot of companies are
It is going
asking
away.
them to come back.
A friend of mine's wife who was remote, now she has to go, 4 times a week.
Yeah, it's changing. That was only because of COVID.
Right.
But then people rode the wave.
Yeah.
You know, which was if they could do it, great. But a lot of companies are bringing them back.
Yeah.
A lot of companies that I talk to. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to still work remotely.
I know. But the companies are realizing it's no longer feasible.
Yeah.
You know.
So I would think that even if you have an HR department, they're dealing with employee issues. They're dealing with a million different benefits, all that stuff. So
Right.
hiring to me is the hardest thing. I mean, I
It's
used to
very
have
hard.
I used to have in another life 300 employees, and I spent 75% of my day on employee issues.
And how frustrating is it when somebody's leaving you after they've been trained?
That's
and you have
horrible.
to start all over
That
again.
is horrible.
It just takes you steps backwards. But it's crazy because, I mean, it's hard, but at the same time, it's like, wow, we lose people, you know, we bring people in, but you can never, like, it's hard to hang on to people, and you can do everything in the world to please them and do everything for them and give them raises and employee evaluations, and then they still leave, you know, because they're always off to the bigger and better thing, which is great. But it's been such a revolving door, you know, in all my years of experience, that is hard.
Yeah.
So a company doesn't realize the value of what we offer until they actually use us.
I think that's highly critical what you just mentioned, because you don't realize how much time, money, and effort it takes to train somebody. And that, you know, shortly thereafter, they just run off.
I know.
Is there less loyalty to companies nowadays?
I think so. With
I
my
think so, too.
experiences, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that Whiffam effect. What's in it for me?
What did you call it?
The Whiffam
The
effect.
Whiffam effect?
Yeah. What's in it for me?
I like that. I like that acronym.
I got a ton of them.
So have employers, or is the tendency to ask for the impossible? What kind of crazy demands have they
Well,
made?
that one is called the purple sock syndrome.
Purple sock, explain that one.
Right. So the purple sock syndrome obviously goes with what it's saying. It's a purple sock, which is rare. Nobody wears
Okay.
purple socks. So a client will ask for everything under the kitchen sink and the purple sock. So they'll be like, I need, let's say, an admin assistant that needs to have QuickBooks and, you know, type 60 words a minute and you know, go to meetings and write up, you know, dictate and do, and I need this, and this, and that. And I'm like, okay, and how much are you planning on paying this person? Oh, I only want to pay $17 an hour.
Right.
I'm like, okay, do you realize that minimum wage right now is at 14?
Yeah.
And it's going to be
15
15 in
next year.
September. No, September 30th.
September.
September 30th, 2026,
It's
it'll be
15.
it'll be 15. And we're like, I'm not going to be able to find you somebody.
Yeah.
And we have a pay grade scale, a system
Right.
that tells us when I put in all the requirements, what it should be paying. And I
Okay.
copy that graph and I send it. And I'm like, listen, this is your average. And where you're at is way below average at the 17. So you need to up it, maybe to 19, maybe to 20. But if not, I will not be able to find you somebody.
How about on
We have to educate them.
How about on the employee side? Does everybody want to make 6 figures, or how does that work?
Of course. Do you know that when we say, and I hate saying ranges. So
Right.
let's say if I say 50 to 65K, right?
Right.
They're like, oh, no, I want the 65K. So I have to train my staff to say, don't give a range, because that
Yeah.
doesn't work. They always want the higher. You're going to have to ask them what
Say
their minimum
starting
is.
pay is.
Right. And we say, what is your minimum salary requirement?
Right.
Then we can gauge it based on that, you know?
Yeah. And how many are aware of what they're worth, you think? Is it the majority, the minority, or?
You know, It's very average of what you see the resume and you call their references and, they don't have anything bad. You could say, okay, they merit this amount. Like I can look at a resume and be like, okay, this person merits this amount. And then you ask what their minimum is and it kind of matches it. So you're like, okay, this person's being fair. But with the cost of living now in Miami and how everything has increased so much, right now the gas prices are crazy. So they're adding more to what they feel they merit because they need to make ends meet. So, but it's not competitive with what the companies are offering.
Yeah.
So it's challenging. I'm not, I can tell you right now.
That's why you're around, because it is challenging.
Exactly. And I have a lot of open orders right now of positions that I'm trying to fill. And we've sent resumes and profiles to the clients, but they'll reject them or they'll interview and be like, no, send me more. And I'm thinking, there are no more. There are no more. I don't have them in my pocket, but I'll keep looking. And most of the time, it's a salary issue. Most
I was
of the time,
just going to ask you, why do they reject it?
Salary issue.
Not experience, not
salary. When we get to the salary, I lose them. Yeah, because I have to do what my client is offering. I can't offer
really
more.
interesting.
So I'm limited.
What are the hot jobs right now? What does everybody want to hire?
So I was doing some research, and in the past 5 years since COVID, 75 companies have relocated, big companies have relocated to Miami. Okay, from California, from New York, from Chicago, even Playboy.
That's right.
Yeah, to Miami Beach.
From Chicago to Miami Beach?
Yes, from Chicago. And then, Los Angeles. Their headquarters was in LA.
Oh, it was in Los Angeles? They used to be in Chicago.
Yeah. They have locations everywhere, but the headquarters of LA was moving to Miami Beach. But Apple, Microsoft, Citadel, they're all moving. A lot of them are tech. So tech is on the rise more so, and the AI, of course.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of tech companies.
Tech, software engineers, stuff like that.
This will be the major money market hub.
Yeah, well,
it already is, but it's becoming more and more. Finance. Finance.
It's becoming a major tech hub. It's already known for that.
Yeah. Silicon Valley's moving over. Like, there's a lot.
So,
and then now the billionaires are buying here. Bezos just bought. Zuckerberg just bought. Like, they're
2 lots, 2 big.
Crazy. So yeah, it's the place to be. I can tell you that.
It is the place to be.
Right?
Well, it always has been, but but now even more so.
I get
it. Everybody wants to be here now.
Well, who can beat this weather? And who can beat all the tax benefits in Florida, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a state income tax,
correct.
Thank God. So, you can't beat all the things that Florida has to offer.
Yeah. I always like to say the best thing about Miami is that it's close to the United States. So
it's true.
It's true. It's very different, but it's so cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm sure it presents unique employment opportunities and requirements like bilingual. You have to be bilingual.
Every job order I get, requirement is bilingual.
Yeah.
Every job order. It's crazy.
Not surprising.
So important to speak 2 languages.
Not surprising. And the generations after us are not speaking a lot of Spanish.
Exactly. Thank God my kids' school, they
drilled
engraved it into their head. Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I tell my grandchildren, you gotta know Spanish. You gotta know Spanish. It's going to be an advantage.
So
you don't see it now, but
you don't realize it, but it's so important. It's the difference of whether getting the job or not.
Yeah. So what is one or a couple, whatever it is, cases that stand out that for you was you or your company was a huge accomplishment? Like you said, that was a tough one, but we got it done. Does anything come to mind? Well,
there's been several orders that I've received that we filled and that I couldn't believe we actually found the person.
Such as what?
I don't want to go into details as far as the company because we always keep that private.
What kind of job?
So one of them was a commercial litigation attorney. So hard to find for a law firm.
I was just going to ask you, was it in-house counsel or a law firm?
It was a law firm.
Okay.
And we found the person. It took us a couple months. I want to say 2 to 3 months. And it was difficult, but we found the person. And then lo and behold, we find out that they're still there. And it's funny because I run into people and on Saturday night, I ran into someone that I placed at a finance group company in Coral Gables. And she was like, Odie. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, remember me? You placed me 7 years ago at this company.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it was so rewarding. I love that. And I'm like, you're still there? I can't believe it. She's like, yes, and I love it. And it's been 7 years. It's crazy, but I get that a lot.
What are you looking for right now?
Oh my God. I think I have like 20 openings. I do have a lot of warehouse, light industrial, forklift, blue collar, inventory specialist, logistics coordinator. Those are the
Right.
basics. But on the white collar and the professional side, direct hire, I actually have a program volunteer manager for a big nonprofit.
What does that entail?
It's recruiting volunteers, which is very easy because they said because of the nonprofit that it is, volunteers just come to them.
Right.
So that's not the problem. It's more the fundraising aspect and coordinating the programs.
So they are responsible for fundraising as
Yes, they're responsible for the fundraising aspect and bringing in money, and then
Okay.
obviously the volunteers for
And
the
this is
events and
local
stuff. It's
Miami.
local. It's
Okay.
local to Miami. All of my positions, except for one, I have one in Fort Lauderdale. All of them are here in Miami.
Okay.
So much business here. It's like I don't even need to cross the Broward County line.
Yeah. What else?
But
What
I
else
love
is
it.
out there? That's
So I
that's
have-
that challenge.
That one's been a challenge, but
Okay.
again, it goes down to pay. I mean, they offer excellent benefits, 100% covered medical insurance, everything.
Who does
Vacation,
that?
holiday.
Not many do that.
Nobody.
Nobody does
they
that, okay.
do it because I guess with the nonprofit, they're able to get that
Right.
benefit. But when I get to the salary, it's just they're making $20,000 to $30,000 more than what it's offering, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? I'm making way more."
So are the big three, now that you said that, are the big three salary, remote, benefits? How important
Yes.
are benefits?
You know, the newer generation doesn't care about benefits.
That's really interesting.
Don't care. They're like, well, I don't need benefits. They don't care. And I mean, there's a few that do and
Right.
still stays the same. But a lot of them are like, no, that doesn't. And like we used to use that as a selling tool.
Yes.
Benefits, and people would like jump.
Yes.
But now it's like they're not interested. They're all about the salary.
Like the Generation Z
And the millennials.
and the millennials too.
They're all, it's all about the salary. Yeah. It's trending. It's crazy.
That's interesting.
It fluctuates.
Yeah.
But So I also have a real estate attorney position
Okay.
now.
For a
that-
firm or in-house counsel?
Or an in-house counsel for a title company.
Okay.
So that one's a big one. So if anybody out there knows anyone,
So,
call
yeah.
me.
Please
Yeah.
note that Odie's looking for a volunteer
For
coordinator.
nonprofit, with nonprofit
for
background, must be bilingual.
Must be, okay.
Real estate attorney, must be bilingual.
Must be bilingual.
Crazy, yeah. Those are the two big ones. And then I have like a receptionist in Fort Lauderdale for a big company.
Okay.
Just administrative assistant jobs. I get customer service. I have an inside sales position for a company.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Odie, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what do they do?
They can, if it's looking for a job, they can call our office and set an appointment to come in to interview.
Okay.
And then we will
What's your phone number? Give us our number.
305-551-5755.
Okay.
And you can call in, say, I saw Odie on the podcast and I would like to come in to apply, and obviously bring in the resume and we can go through the motions. But if we don't have anything for them at the time, obviously we'll keep them on file until we do get something.
Sure.
Or they can come and email us the resume. They can call, get the email address, email us the resume, and then we'll call them once we do get a job and bring them in at that time.
Okay.
So we can be proactive or we can be reactive.
What if I'm an employer?
If you're an employer, you can call our office as well.
Okay.
305-551-5755. Let me know what you're looking for, and I will find you that person.
So anybody who is a real estate attorney
Yes,
and a
call me.
volunteer coordinator,
Yes, please.
call that number.
I need to get those orders filled.
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Odie,
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about Right Hire. You've said a lot.
Right here, right now.
Okay, right here, right now. Again, and thank you for being with us today on